Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 40 of the New Japan Pro Wrestling TEW 2020 series here on the channel, as it is 2022 Dominion. As this is obviously the second biggest show of the year, we try to make it a big deal, and I think we got a hell of a main event, for this show. Kazuchika Okada looking to take the freshly won heavyweight title away from Hiromu Takahashi. I wouldn't say now freshly won, kind of lukewarm won heavyweight title for Hiromu Takahashi. Of course, a rematch from one of our better matches from our beginning year in 2020 at the first King of Pro Wrestling, the finals of that, Hiromu and Okada, which got an 88. Hopefully we get an even better rating here tonight for Dominion. As this is going to be one of the shorter episodes, mainly because of expanding the Best Super Junior tournament. It's now kind of cut into some of the Dominion Tour shows as far as the Road 2 shows. Now we only have one Road 2 show instead of, I think we had 4 last time. So, going to be a bit of a short episode here. And I already got 2 things pre-booked for that Road 2 show, so that's going to cut that down to in a little bit, as far as a little bit of time. But let's, without further ado, let's get on with the show here as far as the card and whatnot. As for the Road to Dominion show, House of Torture, which is going to be Jay White, Miro, Brody King taking on Liberty United of Alex Shelley, or not Alex Shelley, fucking Juice Robinson. There we go. Was it Juice Robinson and the Superman Destroyers, Jeff Cobb and Toa Henare. Then the other Liberty United matchup is going to be Alex Shelley, Kaiji Yamato, and Alexander Hammerstone taking on Blast Off of Jason Lee and Astronauts of Fuminori Abe and Takuya Nomura. As those are the 2 matches set for Blast Off. I'm sure we'll add maybe a couple more, obviously, as far as from this card here in Dominion. As we rarely do this, but because Dominion in real life does 9 matches, we're going to do 9 matches. Usually it's either 8 or 10, but because, which I like, though, because Dominion, it is the second biggest show of the year. So, to kind of make it that's almost same level as Wrestle Kingdom, why not add an extra match? So, we've done that, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. As, of course, main event we talked about already, Kazuchika Okada, Hiromu Takahashi is the main event, but the co-main event, Jesus Christ, Intercontinental title matchup, Bryan Danielson versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Dream match for Bryan Danielson. Gets to be able to face off against Shinsuke Nakamura in a big-time match. I think that writes itself. The U.S. title matchup between Brody Lee and Tetsuya Naito, as Naito's had a pretty good run as the U.S. champ after beating Okada at Wrestle Kingdom. Is it going to come to an end here against Brody Lee? Or will they keep it going into the G1? We shall see. And as the IWGP Tag Team title matchup, as Astronauts taking on Kenta and Joe Doring. Of course, Astronauts got this match because of the Wrestling Dutaku card, but what a, schedule for Fuminori Abe. Just competed in the Best Super Juniors. Did very, very well for himself, and now going up into a tag team title matchup with Joe Doring and Kenta. It's a big opportunity for Blast Off. Could be a big night for Blast Off if Jason Lee retains against Alex Shelley, and if the Astronauts can beat Kenta and Joe Doring, that's a huge night for them. Never openweight title matchup, and a match that, is just perfect anytime I see it. Zack Sabre Jr., Katsuri Shibata very much represents the strong style aspect of New Japan, a time forgotten about. Very much so, a thing of the past, but with this Never Openweight title, it very much is kind of like that belt that you're either a bad motherfucker or you're someone that could put somebody in a hold and stretch them out. And it's a beacon to the late 80s and early 90s time of New Japan. And I think that's a great representation, that match is. We'll see how it goes. As Jay White and Juice Robinson battling off in a bit of a grudge match here. Of course, the 2 former classmates. We had Juice's return, and he's looking to get a big win here tonight against Jay White in a singles matchup at Dominion, and that'd be huge for him, and that'd be a big win going into the G1 for either of these 2 men, whether it's Jay White or Juice Robinson. Of course, Jay White's had a big year already, beating Okada. Let's say Okada gets the win in the main event for the heavyweight title. That's a future match right there that Jay White can definitely get as far as a future title match with Okada. So definitely something to look out for. Junior heavyweight title matchup, Alex Shelley and Jason Lee. Will Jason Lee's run come to an end here and lose to the Best Super Junior winner, Alex Shelley, or will Jason Lee's run keep on going? We'll find out there. Then our second of 2 non-title matchups for tonight's card, Hiroshi Tanahashi and Kota Ibushi, Golden Ace, taking on the Young Bucks, as that's a fun tag match there We'll see how that goes in the junior heavyweight tag team title matchup to kick off the show. Ray Horace and Ryu Lee taking on the Lucha Brothers. We'll see if Mexa Blood has what it takes to take out the Lucha Brothers, or will they keep their reign going in the opener. But I think it's a great 9-match card. There's really not a bad match, on this card, which that's going to happen when you're now 2 years in. You should have a pretty good roster enough to where top to bottom you're not going to have anything bad. As I will get out of that and go on to the Road to show. And they got us in Corkin. Not sure where we're going to be at for this show, to be honest. I know we have kind of obviously have ran just about everywhere, thanks to the Best Super Junior Tour. Yeah, we might go here just to be safe to Hiroshima Sun Plaza. Not a bad idea. So, this House of Torture Liberty United match, if it's not the main, it's definitely the co-main, as Jay White's going to get the win beating Jeff Cobb there, and then Liberty United blast off as Takuya Nomura is going to beat Alexander Hammerstone. So, bad night for Liberty United going into Dominion. But as far as other matches I would probably like to see, as far as for New Japan goes for this Road to Dominion show, I would like to see maybe either a 6-man or even just a regular tag, or even an 8-man if we can do it. I think we can. But let's go with Brody, Disciples of Darkness, and we can go with a junior. We'll go with John Silver, since Black Taurus's injuries. You know what? Yeah, let's get Black Taurus in there. Actually, taking on LIJ. So we'll use Naito, Sonata, Shingo, and Bushi. Which, oh, that's right, Bushi's hurt. Fuck. Oh, we can't do that. We'll have to do the 6-man. That's tough. That's very unfortunate, because that would have been a great match to do it in, but we'll do the 6-man instead. Which is still a very good match. It's not like we're losing anybody. I mean, we're losing, bodies, but we're not losing quality. As, yeah, let's see, we got, as far as who I want to win this match, yeah, let's have Sonata beat Will Hobbs to kind of build up for a New Japan Strong Openweight title match. I like that. I think that's a main event, though. I think that's it. Yeah, because I don't want to do anything with Roman Okada. Danielson and Nakamura, I guess you could kind of do something. Trying to think what that could be, though, at the same time. Obviously, we can't do anything with Kenta and Joe Doring, but, yeah, I mean, that's interesting. Very, very interesting. Because we could go with, like, that 6-man again with Danielson with the Bucks, but that, we just did that, so I don't want to do that again. Yeah, I think, honestly, I think we're pretty much good to go. We can go with, like, a Lucha Brothers Mexa Blood match, though, and then just kind of guys that are not going to be on the final show will take up the rest of it. So we'll have Shota Umino with Ray Phoenix and Pentagon Jr. taking on Mexa Blood, Ray Horace, Flamita, and Ryu Lee. As we'll have Flamita beat Shota Umino here. Yeah, now we'll just kind of add guys that are not on that final Dominion card. Which there's only 2 more matches left anyway, so it's kind of no big deal. But we'll have, of course, the great Heihachi Tamura appear. Him and Kojima can beat the Young Lion team of Yasutaka Yano and Yuto Nakashima. We've done this match once before, back in March, the Road to Sakura Genesis show. Not a bad little opener. Or even not even the opener, just the match after the opener. But our Steal the Show match, I don't know why we gave that match so much time now I'm thinking about it. We should probably bump that down. It's about 10. That's better. Let's go with an 8-man to open up the show. Just kind of see who we got here. Thinking of a Chaos match. Have Yano with Roppongi 3K against the team of... I'm trying to think what would be the maybe honestly, United Empire probably be a good idea. Let's go Moriarty, Makabe, and we can go with Gresham. It's a pretty good opener. As Gresham's going to beat Shell. Tough break Shell, but you just stats just never got there during this this save. I think that's a pretty good show, though, if I do say so myself. Again, part of me, I really want to start using 8 segments instead of 6, but we'll change that at a later date. But yeah, I think this is the card. We'll run it and see how it goes. United Empire and Chaos is a 65, the 8-man. Yeah, a lot of great talent here. Obviously, Makabe's tremendous. Gresham's tremendous. A lot of good guys. So yeah, Yo with a 51 tied Moriarty. Josh Alexander, very good. Yeah, the Chaos team didn't have a chance. Show with the taking the octopus stretch from Gresham in 1630. 50 from Hayato Tamura and Satoshi Kojima against Yasu Takayano and Yuto Nakashima. Hayato Tamura getting the win at 932. 66 for Mexa Blood and Death Force Death. Shota Umino taking the Fly Flame at 1143. Hey Phoenix doing a very good job. Pentagon Jr. Ryu Lee doing a very good job. Flamita's better than Ray Horace. We might make that Ray Horace instead of Ray Horace. We might make that Flamita. That would probably make a little bit more sense. At 68 for Liberty United versus Blastoff as Takuya Nomura tabbing out Alexander Hammerstone with the Tarantula. Yeah, Shelly 74, 65 for Abe, 56 is for Takuya Nomura and Jason Lee, 53 for Kaiji Tamano, and 45 for Hammerstone. 71 for the next 6-man of House of Torture and Liberty United as Blade Runner for Jeff Cobb, or Blade Runner from Jay White onto Jeff Cobb. As Juice Robinson, best guy in the match with a 70, even though he's off his game. 69 for Jay White, 66 for Miro, 60 for Jeff Cobb, 58 for Torinari, and of course, Brody came with a 42. And an 82 for the 6-man of Dark Order and LIJ as Sonata pinning Will Hobbs after the rounding body press, leading to a New Japan Strong Openweight title matchup between the two. Very good match there from LIJ, very good match from Dark Order. Good stuff there. Hell yeah, 78. We'll gladly take that. As on to the Dominion card we go, and it's, I think it's that Sunday. I think we moved it to the Sunday, which makes sense. We actually do have to stop the recording, and then we'll be there for the Dominion show. Alrighty, Dominion. At the Tokyo Dome? Not really. Of course, that's going to be at Osaka Joe Hall. Kind of wish we would have started the tradition of it being in Osaka Dome, but, yep, you just don't do that. As it's just going to be at the Osaka Joe Hall, though. Maybe next year we'll have that be the thing where it's out of Osaka Joe Hall, it's in the Osaka Dome. Me and my goddamn tradition wanting to stay with that mindset. As Okada and Hiromu Takahashi, the main event, Hiromu's gonna beat him. That is his, I want to say, 3rd defense? 2nd defense. That works for me. Yeah, I figured Okada's gonna be a little happy about that. Then Bryan Danielson versus Shinsuke Nakamura. As an Intercontinental title matchup there with Shinsuke getting the win, and that will be his 2nd defense, rather, as well, I believe. Nope, that's his first one. Could have swore he had a Wrestling Dudaku match. That's okay. One it is. As then we have the Brody Lee and Shinsuke match, or Brody Lee and Shinsuke, Brody Lee and Naito match. As we have a new champion. Our first title change so far, as Naito losing to Brody Lee, and that's of course, I mean, what a run though for Naito. He's been the champ since January 1st, obviously beating Okada at Wrestle Kingdom. Would have been his 5th defense, but 4 defenses in 150 days, that's not bad at all. I mean, you look and see from Okada year to year, he only had 5 defenses, so half the year he had 4 of them. So that's just a great run from Naito there, but that's his first run for it in Brody Lee. That should be a lot of fun to see, as Naito's a little unhappy about that too. Then the Astronauts versus Joe Doring and Kenta, as we're going to have Kenta get the win here. So we're going to have Joe Doring beat Fuminori Abe there. Just the size advantage playing into a factor in that. Should be a good match, though, hopefully. there. As then Zack Sabre Jr. cuts away Shibata. Shibata keeps the belts as, yeah, I was thinking about the tag team belts while I'm at it. That's their second defense. And then for the Never Openweight title, that is Shibata's first defense. I did know that, though, as his fourth reign keeps it going, beating Zack Sabre Jr. Then the Jay White Juice Robinson matchup. Juice Robinson beats Jay White. So as far as in the series, Jay beat him on I want to say that was one of their first strong tapings. That might have been the first ever strong taping. Then he beat Juice during the G1 that year. Juice beat him again, or Juice beat him for the first time in the series during the G1 the following year, and then of course Juice beats him now. So they're 2-2 in the save. That's pretty cool. And then Alex Shelley, Jason Lee for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title, and the second title. Changing here, Shelley is the new Junior Heavyweight Champion. The long-awaited journey for Alex Shelley ends here. His first time as the Junior Heavyweight Champion after being a 5-time Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champion. Love it. Absolutely love it. Golden Ace, Young Bucks match. Ibushi pinning Matt Jackson there. Then Mexa Blood against Lucha Brothers. Junior Heavyweight Tag Team title matchup as Mexa Blood losing to Lucha Brothers. That is their second defense? Nope. Their first again as well. A lot of big things happening at Wrestling Nutaku, it seemed like. As, yeah, some good stuff there. So looks like, we had to change something. Oh, usually the guy's giving too much. Assuming the guy's got one of these main events. Yep, had the main. Give that to Liger. Alright, so, a couple of post-show things. First one, as far as, Bryan Danielson. As, Bryan's like, you know, it's my dream to wrestle this man. To be able to come to Osaka Joe Hall and come up short sucks. But it's not over for me here in New Japan. I'm entering the G1 Climax. And Shinsuke better hope we're not in the same block. Because he's not going to get the same win twice. I'm beating him. And I'm going to beat him for the Intercontinental title. It's a guarantee. As Bryan Danielson going into the G1, throwing his name out there. In the hat. He's like, I'm being it. I'm being in it. His first ever G1 for Bryan Danielson. Then we're going to have a post-show press conference for, we're just going to put the Dark Order. Because this is going to be some shenanigans here. As, Brody, excited, jolted about the, you know, getting the huge win over Naito. Very, very happy. Dark Order's with him. You know, Tankman's there. Hobbs is there. Taurus is there. And, John Silver, though. And Alex Reynolds, they kind of slowly get up behind him after, you know, a couple minutes of just the champagne popping and, you know, Brody drinking a couple of gimmicks and enjoying his big win with Tankman and Hobbs. And, you know, Silver and Reynolds just like, Mr. Brody Lee, we got some news for you. And Brody's just like, well, what is it, boys? I mean, this night can only get better from here, so what is it? And Silver and Reynolds just kind of like, remember when we, you know, were told by you to make the website while I was hurt, you know, and Silver being hurt, and, you know, we had a recruiting hot page, you know, that we were doing as far as a hotline you could call to join the Dark Order, and Brody's like, yeah, did we get any responses? And John Silver's like, yeah, we got a couple, but, you know, there's a big one that we kind of missed out on. And Brody's just like, oh, well, you know, it's probably not a huge deal, boys. You know, who is it? You know, and Silver just like, oh, yeah, Reynolds, you tell him. And Reynolds like, no, you tell him. It was your fuck up. You're the one who was in charge. And Silver's just like, the American Dragon, Bryan. And then Brody, before he even gets to dancing, just like, American Dragon? Are you serious? We could have got the American Dragon. Bryan fucking Danielson. Silver, you had one fucking job. Run the hotline. You had nothing else to do. What were you, just yanking your crane? Just sitting there? Instead of looking at the hotline, looking at the website to see who wrote in emails wanting to join the Dark Order? Bryan fucking Danielson. Listen, I know he lost tonight, but he's got bigger and better things going on. He has main evented and sold out arenas around the world. What are you doing, Silver? And John's just like, oh, shit, you know, just, they all know they fucked up. But then Brody just, you know, kind of does a little, you know, deep breath, and it's just like, you know, boys, you know, mistakes happen. And, This is still a big night. Listen, I'm the U.S. champ. I'm going into the G1. I know Tankman and Hobbs, they want to be a part of the G1. This is a big night for Dark Order, despite what you two fuckheads have just told me. But you know what? You're going to pay for it, Silver. You know why? Because we're going out to Roppongi tonight. We're going to enjoy the festivities of the night. We're going out to all the karaoke bars. We're going to all the hostess bars. We are going to have a great fucking night on your dime, Silver. Because yeah, he just kind of goes into like Zandig mode, just like, oh, fucking Brian Daniels. Hey, Club. Oh, I thought Hey Club was dead. Like that type of level of anger. Throws the belt up against the wall. And he's just like, Silver, you're lucky on a normal night. That would have been you going through the fucking wall behind us. But no, you know, I'm a winner tonight. And when I'm a winner, Dark Order's a winner. We're going out on top, boys. Just a little comedy there, little callback to that little thing that we talked about that, setting up like the join Dark Order hotline and join as far as the Dark Order with the website. Just kind of fun stuff there. We'll have one with Alex Shelley. You know, just saying how long he's been going at it and wanting to get this big opportunity of being the, having won the best Super Junior, but now being the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. It's a dream come true for him, and talks about how much it means to him and all that. I think that'll probably be it. The 3's fine, and then we'll add a couple of pre-show matches and run the show. And as far as we'll have John Silver and Alex Reynolds. They'll be a part of the pre-show, them in Top Flight. As Dante Martin. It's weird, because obviously on AEW, Dante Martin, he just has the one, he doesn't have the U in the middle there. But that was what when we loaded up the mod, back when we started, and it was like the alter ego thing. That's how they spelled it. And I was like, well, I guess I'm not going to change it. I probably should have, because now it just looks odd every time I see that. But sure, it looks odd to all you who've been seeing it. But we'll have Top Flight get the win, which they've had a couple of matches here. They've traded wins kind of back and forth. They were 3-3 going into this night. That's fun. Top Flight getting the win. The next match, we'll go with an 8-man. Just love me a good 8-man. As trying to think who could it be here. Got a lot of big names on this card. LIJ guys. Sonata, Shingo not on the card. Pac's not on the card. For Task Force Death, we might have them do something, because like Kingston isn't on it, Yumino isn't on it, and Homicide's not on it, so we might do something with them. Yeah, Shotaro Ashino's on the card, pretty big. You might even have just something with Ashino instead of Shota Yumino. Yeah, let's do that. And then for House of Torture, we'll go Takeda, Sugiura, Ishimori, and Miro. Pretty big pre-show match, for being honest here. It's pretty big stuff. But we'll have Shotaro Ashino beat. Let's see who to beat here. Probably not Miro or Masashi Takeda's Toru Sugiura, so I guess that leaves. That just leaves Toru Sugiura then. Yeah, I kind of want to have House of Torture get the win. I'll be honest, even though they aren't the better team. I want to, let's have Ishimori beat Ashino, or not Ashino, beat, oh man, this is tough. Yeah, I haven't beat Homicide. That's a tough one to call, though. It's a very good pre-show match. Oh, is Yuji the guy? Nope, it's Red. It's Liger. There we go. Alright. We're gonna go. Let's run the show. 62 for the pre-show match here. Dark Order, Alex Reynolds, John Silver against Top Flight. Good stuff. Very good stuff there. 78 for the 8-man here of House of Torture and Task Force Death. Taiji Shimura getting the win over Homicide. Homicide with a 39. Yeah, we'll probably end up cutting Homicide here. Not really needed. Kingston's great now on his own. Task Force Death doesn't really need that member anymore in Homicide, so it'll probably be done. 82, though, to open up the show with Ray Phoenix and Pentagon Jr. beating Ryu Lee and Flamita. So that's their first defense of the Junior Heavyweight Tag Team titles. So Flamita, still the weak link in that match. Got the show off to a strong start. So in 83, for the Golden Ace team against the Young Bucks, even though Tanahashi's swollen calf muscle, still a very good match. Ibushi getting the win there with the last ride style Tiger Driver over Matt Jackson, 24-24. 80 for Alex Shelley and Jason Lee, and our new Junior Heavyweight Champion, and Jason Lee's reign comes to an end as Alex Shelley. What a win. The underarm, snap STO in 13:52. Decent little match there. We'll take it. 81 for Jay White and Juice Robinson. It's Juice Robinson with the Pulp Friction. 27-22. Got the crowd hotter again somehow. So 79 for Shibata and Zack Sabre Jr. Poor Zack Sabre Jr. Probably should have won that one, but he's got bigger and better fish to fry. As Shibata gets the win in his first defense of the Neverweight title. Gets the win with ankle lock. And 87 for Astronauts versus Kenta and Doring. What a tag win for Doring and Kenta, as Doring and Kenta make their second defense of the IWGP Tag Team titles. As Doring with the Revolution Bomb over Fuminori Abe. 90 for Brody Lee and Tetsuya Naito, as Brody with the Brody Bomb in 23-36, and he is your new United States Champion. Great match. Well, good luck topping that main event, as Bryan Danielson and Shinsuke Nakamura is a 96, as Shinsuke makes his first defense. He's not winning with the Samoan driver. Oh no, it's a fucking Bomaye to the back of the head of Bryan Danielson, after he's hit probably about 2 of them. Third one, back of the head, for good measure. As, I love that match, obviously. That's very much an awesome match to put together. Well, it did it. As Kazuchika Okada and Hiroshi Tanahashi, it's a 98. And Okada losing to the Time Bomb in 36-03. What a win for Hiromu Takahashi. Wow. What a card. Post-show press conferences, Alex Shelley, emotional about his win, big win over Jason Lee. Bryan Danielson throwing his name into the running of the G1 Climax. And then the fun little segment with the Dark Order. Yeah, 96. I mean, that's going to be a tough one to top. That's a very, very good show. We really got rocking and rolling there after the Shibata-Zack match. But honestly, I mean, we didn't have, like, a bad thing on this card, obviously. Like, the worst thing was that match, and it was a 79. Like, we'll gladly take that one. That's the worst thing on the card. But yeah, Tanahashi having, if Tanahashi was healthy too, that could have been in the 85+ range. The Golden Age Young Bucks match, which would have been pretty nuts. Yeah, just crazy stuff there. As, man, who to put over? First, I mean, Okada and Naito, I think, really do deserve, like, a pat on the back. Like, listen, man, you put the guys over. That's awesome. Thanks for that. And, Shinsuke, again, doing just a tremendous fucking job in that co-main. We got to give him some love for his match and his performance. He was tremendous. Great stuff there. As, man, what a show. And, unfortunately, for this series, there's going to be a 2-week delay in episodes. The next episode will not be until, as far as, let me get the exact date on here, won't be until the 22nd of June. The reason why is, actually, correct me again here, is actually, it's not going to be the 22nd, it's going to be the 29th of Wednesday, as it's going to be gone, is it going to be, I'm going to be gone, rather, that the week of the 12th to the 18th, but I come back on that Monday, the 20th, so it would be pretty hard to jam in right when I get back to also try and film a G1 right after that, while also doing, other, YouTube stuff. So that's just for the sake of that video, to try to have the best that I can as far as a product-wise. We'll be delaying that until the 29th. So won't be a New Japan video for the next 2 weeks after this. Which, we had a great send-off point, 40th episode. We will be back, though, on the 29th of June for the G1 Climax. Which, I mean, this G1's going to be fantastic. You got Bryan Danielson being involved. Shinsuke Nakamura, his first G1 back since 2013. He's got fucking a huge target on his back, being the Intercontinental Champion, too. Brody Lee going in as the U.S. champ. Hiromu still as the heavyweight champion. Okada, after losing the heavyweight title, maybe has his eyes set on the G1 to get a rematch against Hiromu. So much things to go through, and Sonata's got a never openweight title match throughout the upcoming weeks, as I want to say we're going to have that be not this upcoming strong, but the next one, the one to end out. It's kind of weird. We are almost at the exact same time here in the game that we are here in real life. That's just kind of weird. As yeah, we will catch you guys next time for the G1 Climax there on the 29th. Take care, everyone.